Hey guys, thanks for another webisode that you've tuned into the Oxygen Podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about the impact of mold on not only our respiratory health, but weight gain, uh, depression, anxiety, stress. Those human, natural um, activities that happens in our body are a direct result of the air that we breathe. And this is something that we don't focus on. Nobody's talking about it. But I will tell you this: scientific research, peer reviews, experts in health and wellness all agree, and there's ample amount of information on the web, so nothing that I'm saying here and sharing with you is new, but I am reinforcing it by repeating it to make sure that this message gets out to people who are concerned with the health and well-being of themselves and their loved ones, especially on closed quarters, being our homes, offices, workspaces, where we are confined in smaller rooms, spaces that we work in. These things need to be discussed and talked about and addressed because they are very, very important. One thing that I will share right now is what I found out a couple of days ago, um, in that mold growth. Again, parts of mold we can see on walls in buildings, but there is an airborne mold. Once the particles start becoming airborne and we take them in and we breathe them in, they have a direct impact on our respiratory system, on our immune system, on our cognitive function. But in this particular case, I want to share this piece of information that I found out, and I didn't know this myself, that when we breathe in mold or we take in mold into our body, into our system, it actually contributes to weight gain. Now, why is that? It's because mold has something called mycotoxins in them. And these toxins, once they compound, they interfere with our metabolic processes. Who would have thought that? Mold in the air, fungus growth becomes airborne. We breathe it in, and it affects and functions or impacts, negatively impacts our metabolic system, our gut, and our cells and cell function, and it slows it down. We gain weight. So all of these things are as a result of airborne contaminants that we breathe in. And with what we have done with oxygen, with the formulation that we've put into paint, and you putting it on the wall will help you feel better, will protect you, will mitigate the impact of these contaminants on your health and well-being. So, highly recommend you looking into this. It is a serious concern because these particles, these molecules that we breathe in, called the air, oxygen that we breathe in, especially as our cities become congested, we're living in smaller quarters, we need to pay attention to these things. I mean, this discussion that we're having may not have occurred 50 to 100 years ago because civil society was spread out. We lived in homes that were far apart from each other. The cities were not congested in terms of population. We didn't have exposure to people coming in and out of our cities from abroad. Now we do. It's a different world out there. And I highly suggest that you look into putting oxygen on your walls and taking care of yourself and protecting yourself and those that you care and love for. Have a great one, everyone.